Well, it's that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the interview with Craig Veltri.
Thank you, Megan Pennington. And welcome to the interview. After a long hiatus from music, our guest has come back with an emphatic bang. The defiantly ironic I Won't Dance for You, which we will play at the end of the episode, is also a stark change in style from her earlier releases. Recording in Pittsburgh and calling in from New York City, here she is, Jaclyn Dima. Jaclyn, welcome to the interview.
Thank you. Hello, hello.
So, I'll talk about the song shortly. However, this is apparently the first release that you have done since 2009, 17 years with the release of your album, The Fall of Finding You.
Mhm.
Uh, where you been? What took you so long to get a new single out?
Okay, so sort of. I have been doing music. In 2014, I released an album with my band, The Shaky Tables. That was
Okay.
pretty fun. That was a funk-ish situation. And Dave Brandywine of Turquoise produced that one. It was really cool. Love that album. That was still a long time ago, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And then in there I got really, really into early childhood music. So I have been um, singing to babies and toddlers and preschoolers for a little over a decade. And it's
May I ask if any of them are your own? With that,
Yeah, no, none are my own, but I got about 600 of them. I have plenty. And I got really, really into children's music. It's an incredibly rewarding genre, so to speak. I'm still writing a lot of children's music and going to the schools and doing concerts in the neighborhoods and stuff like that. So I got really into it and I kind of forgot about grown-up music. I didn't mean to. I just forgot that I could write grown-up music. So I just and a couple of years ago, something popped in my head, and now I'm playing for grown-ups again.
well, given the stark style change that has happened in the intervening almost 20 years, the Fall of Finding You that you mentioned is kind of in line with the band project. It's very funky. It's very rough, rugged, kind of bar music, with a little bit of a jazz tinge to it. And here we sit, 2026, with this song that is, by your own description, very 80s, 90s dance. And I
Yeah.
think of the modern children's music. I don't have any kids of my own, but I do have children in the periphery. And a lot
Mhm.
of that music does, Cape Cop Demon Hunters comes to mind, though it is kind of grown up tinge. It's a lot
Uh-huh.
more electronic. Bluey tends to be a lot more electronic. Baby Shark, to doot, need I say more? Was that use of, I'm assuming, was there that a lot more synth heavy stuff in the children's stuff, and if that's the case, is that what led you to doing more
Oh,
synth heavy stuff?
that's a great question. The answer is no, actually, because when it comes to doing children's music, I'm very, very acoustic. I'll still try to make it like, my children's music is pretty bumpin', I think. But the children's musicians who have inspired me the most are very guitar heavy, like Laurie Berkner and Raffi. Laurie trained me, so I do a
Really?
lot. Yeah, she's the one who, yeah, I went to Laurie Berkner boot camp, is what we called it. So she
So
inspired all of
what,
it.
of the when you were making this transition, how did you get in contact with her, and what would you say is the biggest thing that you gained as far as your writing is concerned with
with
her?
with Lori.
With Lori, yeah.
She
And for those
had
who don't know, who is Lori?
Lori Berkner. Lori Berkner is the queen of kids music. She is. She's been around for a while, and in 2012 or 13, I believe, she was embarking on a journey, um, putting her own music program out, and she had a an audition, and I auditioned for her, and I was chosen to come get trained. So I learned a lot, a lot, a lot from her. And so that
Specifically, what would be the biggest lesson?
biggest lessons, you know what? Music is communication. And it's funny because it everything that I learned about music being communication for children, I took such a long break from playing for any adults for the longest time. And when I started playing in just bars and stuff recently in the past couple of years again, I started implementing those things into playing in bars, and my shows are just so much more fun. I brought my bubbles one time. That was a blast. Yeah. So I mean,
Just
it it
like a little jar or bottle of it and a
oh
little
no no no.
little
Oh
ones.
no no. We
Oh,
go
you
hard.
had the gun.
Yeah, yeah, we go hard. Yeah, yeah. Go hard or go home.
Well, I it fits with the music that you're doing for sure, and we may as well just talk about the song itself. Now, lyrically, you've always gone hard, as you put it. Even that hasn't changed since 2009.
Thank
But
you.
this does feel very pointed in a very specific kind of way. It almost feels like this is poised to be almost a feminist anthem in a sort of way. Um, put me in the writer's room with this one. When did it hit you? When did you start writing it?
Yeah.
And how did this come about?
I would not mind it being the feminist anthem. I would not say no to that. I don't know. I was just hanging out. My husband and I were just hanging out at the house with the cats, chilling, having a few beers, whatnot, and it literally just I won't dance for you just popped in my head. Just that part. It was just and that's kind of what happens a lot with a lot of my songs. It'll just be like a part, just a tiny little piece.
Hmm.
And I just started going, I won't dance for you. I won't dance. I was like, oh, that's a B minor. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I jumped inside. I was like, I heard the switch and I was like, that's a minor six. Yes. And I jumped on the guitar and I started playing it. And I was like, oh my God, I got a cool song. I haven't written a song in so long. I got a cool song. And it came pretty quickly. Um, and that also happens a lot. Like I don't write a lot, but when I do, I'll go hard, and this one, even I was actually finishing up some of those lyrics the day I was going in to lay down the vocals.
I'm guilty of that. I'm usually on
Yeah.
draft number 5, hopefully, by the time I'm hitting the studio and usually about to put my hand on the door about it. We're here with Jaclyn Dima on the Craig-Veltri interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network. For more on Scarfire Media, visit our website, scarfiremedia.com. Check out all the great podcasts on the Scarfire Media Podcast Network, the Cool Brother Podcast, Deep Core Lore Podcast with Emmy Sasani. And thank you for listening to the Craig-Veltri interview. Like, share, and subscribe. So I've heard it before. I've done this before myself. I've heard the title, I've heard the melody, and I kind of followed where the lyric eventually was taking me. So was it so obvious that I Won't Dance for You was going to take this kind of double-fisted middle finger to the patriarchy?
I don't know. I think also everything you just said too, when it did pop in my head like that, I was feeling just so angry in that moment, as many of us have been feeling a lot of angst and anger and frustration and just helplessness.
Just over the general zeitgeist, or was there something going on with
Just just the general state of the world,
right,
if you
right.
will. without.
Yeah, I think most of the people who watch this program watch the news, so it's not that difficult to, just pick anything that would make a woman feel unsafe in this world,
Pick
which
anything. And you know what, too? This song took a really long time to get to be released. We had to keep delaying actually. And every time it got delayed, I was like, ah, darn it, I would get frustrated when it got delayed. Well, now, I mean, just even this week, I'm like, well, shit, this couldn't have come out at a better time. Pardon me.
yeah, oh no, no, please feel free. I just
Yeah.
so as far as the music of it is concerned, because so you were working up to this point and you said it's pretty acoustic. Was it because it's a dance title? Is that why
Yeah.
you leaned into that 80s synth? It's like
No.
we got to keep it a dance song.
No, I actually I love talking about this part because it was really exciting for me. It started off just acoustic with the guitar, and my husband and I played it a few. My husband plays drums, so we did it a few times, out and about. And one of my best friends, Andy Ray Healy, who we are actually we're going to be releasing our singles together in next month in May. Um, and
I'll put a bookmark on that. But so
yeah, um, she loved the song and was like, listen, this is a rock song and Jeff's gonna produce it. Now, Jeff is her husband. So of
mhm.
course he's biased, right? And she's like, Jeff's gonna produce it. I was like, Andy, because I've always had this little dream of doing like lo-fi 90s trip hop type stuff. So I was like, I could possibly do something with this in that electronic whatever. And Andy was like, no, it's a rock song and Jeff is doing it. I was like, okay, fine. Fine. And then it turned out Jeff ultimately ended up doing it. And when I talked to him about it, he's also a dear friend of mine, of course. Jeff Littman, shout out. He's absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
And just as we were working on it, I mean, it happened in real time. He just started playing with a bunch of different things, and this beat came in, and it was so 80s. I was like, we might as well just be Whitney Houston here. Like, this is, and I was like, I like that. Keep going. And then he kept going and it kept building and building and building. And the other thing too, Jeff is an 80s guy. He's a Prince guy. So it just kind of,
It definitely had some Paisley Park kind of vibes to it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it just kept going in that direction, and everything he added, I was like, yes, 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 yes. And then when it got to the breakdown and coming back in on the chorus, he sat there. I was in there for like an hour or two while he was doing it. I was like, I can go, I can come back, but he's doing it, and he's like, I'm looking for In the Air Tonight. I was like, by all means, find it.
Mm.
And he found that feeling. He found it. It took a while, but it comes in with this thing. And oh my God, now we're doing In the Air Tonight. I mean, it was just like it just kept rolling. It was like a snowball, like kept going and going.
Oddly enough, that is actually advice that Clive Davis himself actually would give to prospective artists. He's like, you all know what kind of song I'm looking for, and he would turn on In the Air Tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
So always a good North Star to have. So
Yeah.
you mentioned the collaboration with Andy Ray Healy, who also contributed vocals to this track as well.
Yes.
You're mentioning that you're going to be doing a single concurrent with her coming up. Did I catch that correct?
Yeah, this was a lot of back and forth, and I think we're finally it's we're not going like super hard on the like we were thinking about this huge release thing with both of our songs, but now we're just listen, we're independent artists. We can do things on our like the way we want to do them. So we just finalized that we're doing this show together on May 31st at one of my favorite places to play, LIC Bar in Queens. It's this beautiful outdoor space. It's just a really pretty garden, and they have a great sound system. And if it rains, we go inside. So
Like you
so
do.
that's nice. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of have a little like anti-patriarchy release party.
Do you have a date for this release party?
Yes, May 31st. We've got the space from 4 to 8 p.m. So we're just gonna have a lot of music and yeah, a few bands. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Now, this single is just that. It stands alone as a single, and it sounds like this is just a session in and of itself.
Hmm.
Or is there an album to follow?
So, after I got very excited about the new sound that Jeff made of this song, got very excited, and I basically called Jeff and I was like, "Hey, I never released Lullaby. Can you 80s Lullaby for me?" And he was like, "Yeah, I can work on it." So I gave him one of my old songs that I never released that I always wanted to release. It just never made it. It just never
Why was
made
this song so important to you?
Lullaby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I always just really loved the song a lot, and it was supposed to be on that first album in 2009. Didn't make
Mhm.
it on there. It's an old song. Then it was going to be on the band album with the Shaky Tables. Didn't make it onto there either. It was this like middle ground. It just kept never making it, you know,
I have one like that.
stylistically. Yeah, it just you got to find where it fits. So now that this is all happening, and I loved what Jeff did with I Won't Dance for You, I sent him Lullaby and I was like, can you do something to this?" And he
Now,
actually
is this also kind of one of these ironically, I won't dance for you and it's a dance song? Is Lullaby a banger too?
Oh, I think it is. I do think it is. And he just sent me, he started working on it. He just sent me the first draft of it 2 days ago, and it's brilliant. Brilliant. And it's still going in that like 80s, 90s direction. That's very cool, like dance pop. And so then I texted a friend of mine who works in film, and I was like, "Do you know one that can make me a horror music video?" So I'm thinking about doing some kind of horror something for Lullaby.
Um, well, considering I've never heard Lullaby, is why would it require a horror? Why is that the tenor you're
I don't
taking?
know. I don't know. It's just about like dreams, nightmares, but, and yeah, and however you want to interpret the song. It could, it can still be interpreted in the same category as I Won't Dance for You.
Hmm.
So
Well,
horror
you've
might be the way.
let's jump back to "I Won't Dance for You." Is that going to get a music video?
Yeah, I do have a lot of footage. I'm working on it.
You're directing and producing it yourself.
Yeah, well, I did a photo shoot for the song, and when I was in the photo shoot, um, I asked the photographer because she's a great videographer too, and she agreed to get some video while we were in there, so we got some cool footage. She's brilliant,
Hmm.
Erica Almquist. She's in
Well,
Cincinnati.
well, if I may say so, I don't think there's a camera in the world that has not loved you in your lifetime.
Aw.
So I can imagine what that photo shoot, a great cover that was taking, is going to turn almost. I can imagine at this point it's going to just kind of be like within kind of a photo shoot, sort of a lot of close-ups, a lot of stuff. Am I on
Mhm.
the right track?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're beautiful photos. We got like four different vibes going. And one of the coolest things in the when I found this photographer, I saw a bunch of her photos, and she had a bunch of photos on this wall that was the wood panels that I grew up with in the 90s. And
Oh, I had him too.
when I called her, I was like, "I want that wall." And she was like, "No
Hey,
problem. I'll
look at
book
this basement
it."
over here. I mean, it's
Yeah.
painted over wood paneling. So, but you were saying,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, you got it. So no, no, it's fine. So we got the wood paneling going in the 90s direction too. So that's pretty cool. And right before that photo shoot, my mom found her sparkly bomber jacket from the 80s, and I was like, "Well, I have to bring this."
Of
So
course.
I've got the sparkly bomber jacket, so that's in there. A lot. I put them up on my website already, so they're up there. They're very cute. She asked me because I'm a 90s kid. I was born in the 80s. Um, and she's younger, Gen Z, and she asked me at one point, she was like, "This might sound kind of strange, but can I get you to put the chair backwards and straddle the chair?" And I'm sitting here like, "Can I?" I got that song memorized. All those songs memorized. Like, we're gonna Janet Jackson this thing now. Yes. So
Yeah, yeah. I've watched a Michael Bolton video once or twice. I think that that pose can be recreated. So so what? So you seem to have your plans forward for the pop side of things. Is that to say that the kid stuff is on the back burner for indefinite?
no, I can't. I could never put the kid stuff on the back burner because, for one, it is my it. I do have my daily and weekly classes. I can't just dip out on these kids,
Mhm.
And no, I love my job. I love my job. I love doing kids
To be
music.
clear, I mean just the musical side of it. So you are in fact a teacher.
Well, that's what they call me. That's what they call me, a teacher. But like, and I teach them stuff, but it's a very performative job. It's very,
Okay.
it's a very performative job. I mean,
Instructor, perhaps.
they're, they're little, I'm jumping up with a guitar, jumping up and down with a guitar like 6 hours a day. So it's a, it's a very physical job. Yeah.
Okay. Is I don't want to blow up your inbox or your or where you're working at, but what specifically what do you do in teaching or what you call teaching?
Yeah, so I do a few things. So I go to local daycares and preschools, and I do classes in the daycares and the preschools. And they're like 20 to 30-minute classes, and I just bop around from room to room to room, and I do a class for each age group. One of my classes right now has a puppet. I've got lots of puppets, lots of puppets.
Mhm.
Uh, they're back there, but
Okay.
yeah, I was about to grab one, but so yeah, I just, lots of songs about weather. It was raining today, so we sang about the rain a lot.
Mm.
Lots of movement stuff, and I am going to event. I want to focus on getting these songs that, I need to diversify my music a bit. So once I've got I Won't Dance for You and Lullaby and a few more songs out of my system, I will be recording my robot song and my unicorn dance. So that will be happening. And my kids' music brand is actually very similar. Very similar. It's Jaclyn and the Gemstones is my children's band, and it's very much the same colors and just for kids.
As I kind of miss the gem and holograms
That's
days back in the 80s,
that's
but I definitely get the call back. And hey, I live in Pittsburgh. This is Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. So
yeah.
it certainly is hitting a lot of very 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 wonderful strings just talking about this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
nostalgia is really, really big for me, and I'm finding that nostalgia has been making its way since I worked on my branding with Danny. Um, I
the
real
marvelous Danny Felt to
marvelous Danny
friends of the
felt.
show.
Yes, and she really helped me realize like all the things about it was really fun and very creative, and I realized that nostalgia is a very important aspect with both of my brands, my kids brand and my adult brand. Like I really, really get into the nostalgia aspect of things. And I didn't realize that was something that was so important to me until we did the process of it all. So I love incorporating that into everything I'm doing because I think nostalgia hits hard for everyone, like it's nostalgia is it's a heavy, it's heavy.
Mm,
Nostalgia's heavy.
it is, and but it also it recalls something more especially with the children's kind of music, it recalls something much more innocent. It's the stuff that many of us learned how to sing on before we started dipping into our parents' record collection, before we were really allowed to listen to the radio. What are the first songs that I certainly remember came on Sesame Street? I was actually listening to I Got a New Way to Walk just for the heck of it yesterday.
Yeah, aw,
So,
that's awesome.
so
I'm gonna
uh,
have to listen to that one.
yeah. Either way, the one with the pigs dancing around or Destiny's Child, you can't go wrong with either version,
Can't
I
go
don't think.
wrong.
Well, we have a nice way of closing here on the Craig-Veltri interview, Jaclyn. It's called the No Kidding Questionnaire. A couple of rapid fire questions. First thing that comes to your mind, whenever you're ready, and away we go. Childhood celebrity crush.
Devon Sawa, Mike Vitar. Yikes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was. I remember him. I think he was. Uh, I know the name. I can see the actor. What was it about the guy?
Wait, which one? I accidentally said two. I was like, boop. Mike Vitar was the Sandlot. Uh,
Oh, which one was he? Benny?
yeah, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Hey, I'm 42. We're talking about 12 years old here. 1995 was a good year. Devon
Mm.
Sawa was Casper. I
Okay. Yeah, I both good choices. What was it about those guys?
don't know. I was 12. They set the bar high.
Mm.
They set the bar high.
The usual follow-up to that is and one's a blonde, one's a brunette. Was that the kind of guy you found yourself dating and eventually marrying?
I married my drummer.
So no, yes.
Oh no. Uh, I married a deadhead drummer.
Okay, so no.
No, no.
All right. Well, you find yourself in schools quite often. What was your favorite subject in school?
A choir, of course.
Where did you sit?
What's that?
What section did you sit in?
Oh, soprano. I was a soprano one, and then I ended up being a coloratura soprano in college when I studied opera. So I sang high until I graduated.
Was that preservation or just your tastes evolved away from it?
Taste.
What occupation other than your own would you like to attempt?
What occupation? Oh my goodness. Other than my own, would I like to attempt? Well, I do. Entrepreneurialism is very, very fun for me.
Absolute. Me
I,
too.
I get I get wacky ideas all the time. I do have this idea that I would love to build an artist space for people to use, but I'm talking like Lisa Frank it out. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So like just basically being a landlord for rehearsal space.
I guess so. And another dream I have is I really, really want to produce a music festival.
Hmm. Uh,
So
there are a lot of those popping up. What about that? Is it the entrepreneurial thing or is it
yeah, it's the entrepreneurial thing, but also like the community thing. I love community building so much, and I think that right now, with everything going on, community is extra important right now, and you're seeing more music festivals, and people need that togetherness so much more. And that's another big reason I've been in the children's music space for so long too. A big aspect of that is the community of it. I do what's called mommy and me classes, and I get these families that come to my classes every week, and it's just a really lovely, I just love the community stuff. And I always thought that a music festival would be a blast to produce, and I could, find the bands that I basically curate my own little party.
I booked a couple of shows and ran one or two of them. I like it in that scale. I I applaud anybody's ambition to do anything like that. That requires a lot of people to get. I watch what the Millvale Music Festival folks do year in and year out.
Oh,
Bless them. I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be that stressed out for a weekend. So let alone the lead up to it. So bravo for that ambition. I think I may have already answered this next question. So on the other side of the coin, what job, I don't care how many bags of money are handed to you, Jaclyn, would you never want to attempt? And it can be something you've done already.
probably waiting tables. I have done that already. I'm very bad at it, and I was very grumpy. I was gr I was a very grumpy waitress.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I've met your kind many
yeah,
times.
I don't do well like I do well under pressure, but that kind of pressure was just bad for me. And the ADHD aspect of that did not sit with this.
I
So I would get mad.
I didn't do well in customer service on a retail level. So I knew knowing that I can't do that, I don't have the temperament or the patience. At least I didn't back then. Maybe I'd do better at it now. I really don't want to find out though,
I don't want to
personally.
find out either.
Yeah. What is your go-to food on a road trip?
On a road trip.
Mm.
Oh, Chex Mix.
Chex Mix.
Yeah.
Do you make your own or do you just reach for the bag at the grocery store?
No, no, just when we're on the road, I always grab Chex Mix, and now they have those the Gardetto's special edition that are just the rye chips. Yeah,
Okay. I,
yeah,
great way to break your teeth, those rye
yeah,
chips. So,
yeah.
but not that it's happened to me, but it's just like I'm chewing on a rock here. It's like,
They're pretty hard.
yeah. If speaking of food, if you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, probably with softer bread, who would it be?
Dinner with anyone, dead or alive. That is loaded.
My favorite question to ask.
Oh my God, that is so loaded. I don't even know. How about Britney Spears?
Hmm. Seeing as that's what you've come out with musically lately, so obviously she is an influence. Would it be mostly just chalk and shop with her, I guess?
Yeah, and also finding out if she's okay. She did a really great job of like we're about the same age. She's a little older than me, but she did a great job of basically being all of our best friends, you know? And
I my first calendar I bought with my own money, or I wouldn't say bought with my own money, but I did definitely have her calendar in
yeah,
1999.
hey.
So yeah, I had I was one of the boys with the biggest crush on her. I bought all three of her first records, uh, and yeah, it broke my heart to read that memoir. And
I know. I have it and I started reading it and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna read this.
hmm,
I stopped. I was like, I can't. I want to know if she's okay. I've recently accepted that because I was I was a conspiracy theorist on her, like, oh, she's been dead for years or she's in a dungeon somewhere. Yeah.
I
But I've accepted that she needs a hug. She's alive
hmm,
and she needs a hug.
hmm.
So I'd say Britney Spears and I'm paying for the coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, she can pay for the three-course meal. But
Yeah,
uh Jaclyn, what is your biggest pet peeve?
dude,
Don't get you started.
I listen. Listen,
Buckle up, folks.
buckle up. I am very grateful that I'm able to. I have just started therapy this year, and I have a
Mhm.
fantastic therapist. She's super woo-woo like me, which is great. Like she likes astrology and stuff, so I can be like, yeah, well, Saturn's here, so I'm pissed off at this today, and she'll be like, that's what I thought, it's great. But she did just diagnose me with sensory processing disorder.
Hmm.
I can't handle shit. I can't handle anything. I've always had the misophonia problem, very sensitive to sound, but I can't handle anything. So biggest pet peeve, I mean, just I can't leave the house.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, mm, that would, and you said an earlier question was loaded. That answer was kind of loaded. So, uh,
Yes, a big question there. Yeah, but it has been nice to know when she said, "I think I'm going to diagnose you with sensory processing disorder." Literally, my whole world went, "Oh, okay. Now I can identify it." It doesn't make it any better, but at least I can identify it. But yeah, biggest pet peeve, I got a lot of them,
yeah,
unfortunately.
I empathize with my alcoholism. There is a name for it. There is a diagnosis for it. There's a treatment for it. So, congratulations, you're not evil. We can work on this. So,
You're not evil. We can work on this.
no. Last question, usually of the questionnaire. Jaclyn, what is the best advice that anyone has ever given you?
You ask big questions. You gotta like warn me about these things.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
Best advice. Oh, there was some good advice. You're gonna make me think. Um,
Sorry.
well, I will say I'm not sure best advice someone's ever given me, but like many people say, basically take risks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was afraid to come in here. I was afraid to do a podcast. And I was texting my husband. I was like, if I don't do it, I'll be mad at myself for not taking the risk. Because you do hear people say, like, when you're dying and you're on your deathbed, the last thing you're going to think to yourself is, like, man, I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I hadn't gone on that trip. But no, no. You're saying, I wish I'd gone on more trips. I wish I'd taken more risks and things like that. So maybe not advice like from one person, but something that you just generally hear from people.
Yeah, I don't regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it, but I will say that I hope I have that moment to think about it and just be like, okay, I'm ready. Now, this is usually the question that I end the questionnaire with. However, since it's been discovered throughout the course of this interview that you are what you might call a teacher, I do like to give this bonus question to people that fit the bill. I call it the Lonnie Billard Memorial Question, which goes as follows. Maybe not the best advice that you give, but what is the most common advice that you find yourself giving your students?
That well, mind you, my students are 2 years old.
Very well.
Advice giving my students. In a sense, be free. I wouldn't say that's like advice that I give the students, but a lot of times in my job and where I work, there's a lot of like micromanaging because they're so little.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like to see is when I am playing music for kids that young and they just cannot help themselves and they have to like just get up and start dancing. They feel it so hard because they're so small and they feel these emotions like I have got to dance. And I'll look at these kids and be like, that's how it this is what we want. And you have fun at that music festival in 20 years. And like there is a lot of what do you call it? There's a lot of control, I think, when you're in schools, not control, you know what I mean, like structure.
Oh, I went to Catholic school. I know what you mean.
And to structurally like get the kids like doing what they're supposed to be doing, but when it comes to music and especially for early childhood, it's like just let them feel it. And I think it's really important to just feel that. Yeah.
Well, I definitely been feeling the music and feel the energy, and I feel that you are a blessing to every child that you come across. And we
Oh,
have
thank
one last bit of business to do here, Jaclyn. It should be your favorite part of the program. It is time for shameless self-promotion. I Won't Dance For You is available now. New music on the way. How can we keep up with all of it? Plug your pluggables, fire away.
Plug your pluggables, fire away. Let's see. I've got Instagram at Mermaid Jack. We've got Jaclyn Dima, I Won't Dance For You on Spotify. I'm terrible at TikTok. I mean, you can go on there, but
I let Megan do that for our band. So
help me out. TikTok. Well, now you have to sign a thingy, so I haven't done that yet.
yeah.
Mostly Instagram, and wherever streaming is available.
And that means everywhere. Jaclyn Dima, thank you so much for your joy. This was delightful. Thank you so much for joining me here today on the Craig Veltri interview.
Wow, thank you.
The Craig Veltri interview, where Craig Veltri interviews wonderful people, is a production of Scarfire Media, the voice of the independent artist. Written and edited by Craig Veltri. Your announcer is Megan Pennington. The opening theme, Shut Up, I Love You, written by Trenton Chandler and Craig Veltri, performed by Craig Veltri, produced by Jack Gavin. Inside the Cabin is available now on all streaming. Support Moonshine Vagabonds by downloading direct from Bandcamp. Time now to update the event calendar, because you must know where I am at all times, myself and Megan Pennington, fresh off of a gig in New York City, and many thanks to Patty Riley's for having us over this past week. We will be back around Western Pennsylvania ways on Saturday, April 25th at Deer Creek Diner in Russellton, PA from 11 to 1 p.m. For full dates, including Pittsburgh, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Nashville, and Atlanta, visit my website, craig-veltri.bandzigle.com. For booking info, including full band and this podcast, email me at craig-veltri-official@gmail.com. You can find the interview on Facebook by searching the Craig Veltri interview, YouTube at Craig Veltri Music, and you can find me on Instagram, or as my old roommate, the Tommy Thomas, used to call it, Instagirl, at craig.veltri. With special thanks to Danny Feld. For Jaclyn Dima, I'm Craig Veltri, and this has been the Craig Veltri interview. With that, I'll pass. Here's Jaclyn Dima with I Won't Dance For You on the Craig Veltri interview, proud member of the Scarfire Media Podcast Network.
Watched a madman on the TV screen. He was just a joke to entertain. Then he said, Jesus is my man. And he led you all down south again. They say you're free to the core. Tell me, oh, what's a woman for? For the babies you adore. So they say, dance. And they say, dance. Well, I won't dance for you. 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 Egos come and egos grow. Patience, dear, they're bound to explode. And one day he told us what to do. We did the opposite and our dreams came true. They